and write material like that is a lot.
I actually find it really kind of fun because what I've started doing is I used to carry a notepad around with me, and whenever I had an idea, write down on a notepad, and then I'd lose the notepad. But now the cell phones have all these. My iPhone has a notepad in it, so every time if I'm out with my friends, we're talking, something funny comes up in conversation, I'll write it down in the notepad on the phone. And then, every once in a while I'll sit down. I actually do sit down at the computer, though, and craft it together. And then I'll sit down with my friend Gabe or other friends of mine, and we'll punch it up, find some punchlines.
Or talking into a recorder if you have to. Sometimes if you have the phone, there's like a record option. Sometimes it's hard to write. You can just whisper something stupid into your thing and listen to it later.
Yeah.
I see you got Florentine on. E-Rock is just playing clips. E-Rock, just show the clip, but don't play. Florentine, you had on.
What do you do out
there? What was Jim on?
Dan, okay. Same difference, really. Yeah, Jim. No. Jim Florentine's come on a bunch of times, and we always do prank. We always do prank calls. We just call Japan, and
it's called calling Japan on YouTube if you want to check it out.
Yeah. Florentine's got giant balls. Did he mention that to you?
I think he did tell me that.
He tells everyone that.
Rub it in.
Yeah, it really made me jealous.
You got a fake one in there at least?
I don't. No. I was given the option. I was given the option. I just thought,
is it really like a fucking ping pong ball?
I think so. I
just decide not to go with it.
That's just so cliche. Everyone's getting these fake balls these days. That's one of my jokes.
It works. Go to comics for more of that.
Hey, let me ask you: does it affect the loads at all when you're missing one, or does it not affect them at all?
No, it doesn't seem to. But no, everything's fine. Everything's working. It's almost like nothing really ever happened. Really, which is the good thing. I mean, everything's working fine. Plumbing's all working fine. Everything's great, and
taking regular
I talk about this in the show too. I sort of, get into some sort of real, vivid and disgusting detail about everything. But no, it's that was obviously the scariest part of it. When you first find out you got testicular cancer, it's like, oh god, am I going to be able to?
Yeah,
you can swear on the radio, right?
Be like,
I'm not going to be able to fuck,
Yeah, exactly.
So you can say that on
No,
serious.
I figured you could fuck, but I've debated the vasectomy, but I heard that the loads are less. And to me, if it's not somehow going to be a disaster to get out of her hair and eyebrows, it's not worth doing. Like I heard the loads are just less. Like there's less of it.
You want it to be chunky. You want it to be chunky. Yeah.
I want to hear this. God damn it! Like 20 minutes later in the bathroom.
I just got to say it, Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
I just want to say Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
I just want to say it.
I was certainly.
That's all you really need to say.
I was certainly very jealous. She. Wow. Always loved Drew Barrymore.
What was the?
Do you guys at least still talk, or is it just?
I haven't really talked to her in about 6 years, actually.
Okay, I guess, but that says a lot.
It's not. I don't know if it's because there's any issue. I just think it's because I don't think I have her phone number. I don't think she has. I don't think we have each other's phone numbers anymore. But there was an issue at one point. That's why we got divorced, but I think now I have no real problem would have no problem talking to her. I just I don't know how to get a hold of her. Actually, I think maybe I'm going to put a call into the office. Actually,
See how that works.
Leave a message over at her office or something.
Are you a single guy? A dating? What are you doing?
I have a girlfriend in L.A., but sort of a new girlfriend I'm seeing. But it's. Been pretty much single the past year or so.
Marriage like out of the question. You just don't see.
No, it's not out of the question. I'm just kind of looking for the the right time, the right moment. I'll know when it's the right time. But right now, the thing is I'm just having so much fun. Just this year I think I'm really going to spend the year on the road. Really is what I've decided.
That's
to
great,
do.
man. And being able to do that,
seemed like a good time for it. I'm not married, and
a lot of pussy on the road. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
It's amazing. I mean, you have an excuse to leave. I got a flight to catch. She has to spit it out and go, all right, well, thanks. Here's a search, whore.
I'd really love to go out, but
Jimmy's only with the best girls. Here's a search whore.
Yeah.
If I lived in Dallas, we'd be going out, but that's not happening.
Hey, look.
Fucking Tom Green. Just got to ask because it's happening. The Olympics, Canada. Do you care?
Well, we won our first gold medal.
Yes.
On Canadian.
That was a big deal.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't won a gold medal in Canada. That's the first time we've ever won a Winter Olympics gold medal in Canada, they said.
Yeah,
which I thought was kind of strange. You'd think, why wouldn't Canada have won more gold medals, right? I mean, we're a winter country.
Yes, of course.
Right, so it's good we finally got that.
Yeah. What was that, the women's hockey?
We're just...
What?
Yeah, no, it was What's it called?
Moguls or something?
Moguls.
Oh, the Moguls
Freestyle
one, yeah.
Moguls.
Wait,
Yeah.
Jimmy describes
Jimmy
moguls.
describes moguls.
Can you describe moguls again for Tom Green?
Jump, 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 jump.
Yeah.
Jump, 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 jump.
That's exactly
Wow,
what
was
the
that
commentator
impressive?
says.
Yeah.
That was
gotta
fucking impressive. I'd
hurt.
never seen it before, and I watched it. I'm like, they have to be ruining their hips and their
yeah.
legs and their ankles. That was great. I actually enjoyed that. I usually despise the Olympics,
doesn't look
but
like
I
something
really
you could
enjoyed
do.
watching that.
Yeah, it was
Many
cool.
years.
It was funny. We were watching the other day, and they had a little story about the flame being run across the country, and they showed the route that it runs. And the route goes right up into the Arctic Circle. I mean, 99% of the population of Canada lives within 10 miles of the U.S. border.
Yeah.
Nobody lives up there. But and they did this big piece on Good Morning America about it, and they're running past igloos, and it's all Eskimos
They
up
probably
there.
went out. No one noticed. They just relit
And I'm
it.
sure everyone in the world now thinks that's what Canada is.
Yeah.
Igloos.
Well, that's what everybody thinks anyway.
Yeah, it
it's
is,
frozen
actually.
tundra.
Well,
there
you guys
are a few
dragged out.
cities.
You dragged out some impressive people for the opening ceremonies. Anne Murray. I mean, come on. That's
I follow her on Twitter. It's amazing how often she talks about taking shits.
only the best for the Olympics. Anne Murray.
Yeah.
And Steve Nash. I'm like,
I've got to follow Anne Murray on Twitter. That would be good. That would be just exciting.
I didn't know Sutherland was Canadian. I'm a fucking who doesn't like
Sutherland's
Donald
awesome.
Sutherland, but I had no
Oh,
idea
yeah.
he was Canadian until
Yeah,
that.
You
Kiefer
could tell
Sutherland's
early on.
father too. Kiefer
Yeah.
Sutherland's father.
I always look at Kiefer as Donald's son.
Yeah.
You could tell though early on in Donald Sutherland's career, he kind of does have the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kelly's Heroes, definitely.
or a film called Little Murders. Great fucking comedy he did with Vincent Gardenia and Elliot Gould from like the mid '70s. He plays a preacher. No, nobody saw that.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where he goes out, out.
Oh, there's Canadian there. Yeah.
Truth's on your side, buddy.
Pardon me.
Why?
I don't know, it was a tremendous bomb.
But I didn't even think it was a bomb. You just
Oh, stop it! I'll identify my bombs.
you were quoting him.
The Bombay door's open. I dropped
all right.
it.
let's go to Ottawa. Rob.
Ottawa. There, my hometown.
We're in Canada right now.
My hometown, Ottawa.
They're hearing us in Canada as well. Rob, what's up, buddy?
Not too much. How's it going, Tom Green?
Really good. How are you? What part of Ottawa are you calling from?
What part of Ottawa?
Yeah, what part of Ottawa?
Nepean.
Okay, Nepean. Nice. I went to school in Nepean at Algonquin College.
Yes.
Algonquin.
Algonquin
Is
College.
that in the middle of Canada? Where in Canada is Ottawa?
It's north of New York State.
Okay.
Yeah, north of here. Yeah.
It's north of here.
11-hour drive. Way north. Yeah, but it's
I know
north of
Montreal.
Syracuse, kind of north of Syracuse, Yeah. So what's going on in Ottawa?
Yeah.
Not too much. It's colder than hell up here. I've actually got one question for you.
Okay.
Have you heard from Glenn Humplick lately?
I have. Yeah, Glenn Humplick's doing good. Glenn Humplick's living in Ottawa. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's Glenn Humplick?
He was my co-host on my show, and he decided he didn't really want to pursue a career in show business.
What is he doing now?
He was always very
Please tell
much
me
into
he's
the
doing
high
okay.
tech
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
He's always really very computer savvy. He kind of helped me start the website back in 1996. That's why we had one so early, because he was always involved with that. So, but he's
HTML.
Yeah.
Typing things out.
So he's still doing that. He's working up in Ottawa, Canada, doing that. Yep.
Perfect.
Cool, man.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you very much, Larry. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
Let's go to Steve in Syracuse. Steve.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey,
Tom
man.
Green, I can't believe I'm talking to you, man. I'm a huge fan. And
Great.
I have a question for you and kind of a little comment. And I know Rip Torn played your father in Freddie Got Fingered. I wondered if you still had contact with him and if you know any inside information about his whole ordeal that happened recently with the bank.
Yeah, I know. I don't know anything other than what I read on TMZ, but I'm worried about him. He's a great guy. He's a real classic old school actor, and it was so cool to be able to work with him in the movie. He'd go out. We shot the movie in Vancouver, actually, and he would go out on the weekends and catch salmon. He'd go out into the mountains, catch salmon, and bring salmon in for the crew and
Really?
stuff. And really kind of a cool guy,
Adventurer.
But I guess I don't think he actually was breaking into the bank.
No, in his
It's a great
defense,
story,
the
though.
stupid fucking bank looked like a house. It really did.
It
They
was.
showed the
It-
bank.
it's an old house.
I'd have walked into that.
Yeah,
but,
and it even looked kind of like his house. They
Yeah.
showed
Yeah.
I saw a picture of his.
except it was like jam-packed with money, which
Yeah.
kind of upsets the police when you just walk in.
And he did have a gun, and